So right about this time every night we bring you Soul Stage, and on the stage tonight we have Tebogo Ditse. He's a South African entrepreneur and the founder of Mementa, a digital platform designed to modernize how funeral and memorial programs are shared and experienced. The idea of Mementa came from recognizing a simple but widespread problem. Funeral programs are traditionally printed in large numbers, often at a significant cost, and many are discarded after the funeral. Tebogo saw an opportunity to use technology to make the process more affordable, accessible, and environmentally friendly, while still respecting the importance and sensitivity of memorial services. Mementa allows funeral parlors, churches, and event organizations to create and share digital programs and content through a very simple link or QR code, giving families and attendees easy access to important information from their phones. Deborah, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Welcome. Pleasure for having me.
Very brilliant idea. Funny that it came during a funeral, but I think it works. How are you? How's business?
Yeah. No, I'm doing no, I'm doing great. Business is okay. Business is okay. I'm hope you'll be better after this interview.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Africa will be open to you, my brother. What personal moment or problem led to you to decide you wanted to start Mementa?
So with thing with Mementa, there was a company called Livingstone here in South Africa. They actually the idea they were doing the QR codes on tombstones. So
Mm,
what they were doing was they on your tombstone when you're having an unveiling, you could have a QR code on your tombstone, and you could make a video of your loved one. You guys can share memories, and whenever you guys visit your um the tombstone, you would scan. It will be a video thing from your loved one, and that's how they would preserve. In a way, that's how they would preserve. But because of unveilings don't happen as often, the business didn't take off.
okay.
So I love the idea. It's something that is big also in America and in the Western world. So I looked at something that occurs more often and cheaper to make, which is why I shifted. I took that idea and then refined it, and then I was like, okay. And I personally hate funeral programs because
Mm.
I hate paper also. So that's when the idea was like, let me try and refine that idea and focus on actually digitizing the funeral programs. And that's how the idea came to life.
So first it came about when you saw the tombstone. Is that what you said? And then you decided, let me
Yes.
do something which is environmentally friendly and get rid of all that unnecessary paperwork. So how did the approach then occur when you decided you were going to then build technology into a sensitive matter such as funerals?
Yeah, it was a funny one. After you've built the product and then you literally have to look now where you can test it live.
Mm,
And the unfortunate thing, you need to test it out to see how it works at a funeral. So now you ended up looking, there was where I was calling my mom to say, hey, do you know if there's a funeral? Because I'm from Northwest in saying. So now you have to find out who's having a funeral to see, look, I have this idea.
yeah,
So, and I can promise you it did not go as I thought, because when people are mourning, they're grieving,
yeah.
and you just want to make them a test subject. So, and I actually saw it when my uncle passed away, and then I was like, okay, now I can get to test it. But because of the chaos, how the funeral preparation goes, I actually never tested with my own famous funeral. So I actually reached out to one of the funeral parlors back home, and then
Mm,
pitched the idea to him. And then that's how I actually saw it was the best way to do forward, because trying to put a family member that's grieving to say, I would like to try my business idea is not the best way to do it. So that's why I structured the whole idea and was on B2B, because the funeral parlors, they get to see the cost benefit to it, where the family will be like, we just wanna very family member in the most respected way possible. So that's when I shifted and pitched my idea to the funeral parlors and let them, at least I know they have that sensitive conversation to say, look, hey, we have a new way of doing things. They get to spend face to face with the families. And that's how we did it. So my first approach was wrong. And that's why it was a wrong approach from the beginning. But now we have it better with the funeral parlors leading that conversation.
Very nice. Yeah. So you brought a vision for Mementa as a digital ecosystem. Where are you going to take it next?
There's endless possibilities. So I was actually speaking to Sianda from SmartPick of the features that we're going to be adding. So the funeral program is phase one, and the next thing will be in videos, pictures, where if your loved one is passed on, the family can share there. Actually, you get to see what the family member meant to their family. So where you get the mom, the kids to share their own videos, the pictures that we never saw, because you can know someone for 10 years, but you've never seen them the light how his family viewed him. So that's the next phase where we literally going to be including videos and pictures.
I like that. Any feedback from churches or family members that have used your very clever Mementa so far?
No, the feedback is good. The feedback is good. Some people was like, why didn't come earlier? So everyone is just enjoying the cost benefit of it because the main idea is to save. In where funerals were like funeral is an average of 3 hours, and I don't know if you've had the guilt of do you want to take you done with the funeral program and don't want to throw it away, you don't want to take it with, now it's
Yeah,
stuck in your
true.
jacket for so long, and you end up having to throw away after 3 days, 4 days later. So
Yeah.
people are happy to say, look, now when it's on your phone, you can go back to it and view it. So people are
Whatever
happy
time.
about it and
Mm.
at whatever time also. And now also with the funeral parlors, they're happier because you end up losing the funeral. The funeral parlor will give such an amazing service, and you'll keep the program to say, I'll call these guys later. But what happens? Someone will be like, can I see the program? Gone. And now you don't have time to get in touch, and then you have to ask the family. So now when you just have the PDF file on your phone, you can be like, oh, so and so funeral parlor gave such a amazing funeral, let me just go on my phone and just call them, see the details, as they'll have the details there.
Okay. Hey, Tebo, stay with us. We'll be right back in just a moment. Guess what? We're also going digital, by the way. Hey, Africa, we are now on WhatsApp. Want to stay connected to everything happening across the continent, from the story shaping Africa to the latest updates, exclusive content, show highlights, and all the moments you don't want to miss. Channel Africa is now in your WhatsApp. No searching, no scrolling forever. Just open WhatsApp, hit updates, find channels, and follow Channel Africa. Tap follow. Stay connected. Channel Africa, the African perspective. The WhatsApp channels represent all our 5 language services. And the platforms are as follows: Channel Africa News, which is in English, Channel Africa French, Channel Africa Portuguese, Channel Africa Kiswahili, Channel Africa Chinyanja, and Channel Africa IKB Lifestyle.
The African perspective, told through lived experience. Only on Channel Africa.
Let's continue on Soul Stage. My guest tonight, Tebogo, the man who put together Mementa after realizing that clever idea. I want to conserve the world, get rid of all the paperwork, and make sure that all the programs to do with funerals can now be seen on a digital device. So, Tebogo,
Yes, sir.
you really put together an amazing product. How can families and organizations then use your app to store important pictures, videos, and such likes on their phones?
So yeah, that's what I mentioned that currently only allowing digital programs. So with the phase two that we are busy just testing out with Smart Pick, we should be launching in end of September, where we'll be supporting videos and pictures. And then, so the way it works is the program is live for 7 days. And then with
Okay.
the pictures also be live for 7 days, and afterward they'll be archived and then they will be deleted from our system.
And it happens
So
automatically
that's how it's
after every
going to
seven
be.
days.
It After every 7 days, it happens automatically. The pictures, the videos will be deleted and the program. But now in terms of preserving, where I mentioned that actually the first business that gave me the idea, we also launched that towards the end of the year, where you're having your unveiling, where you can have your QR code that will be on, you put it on your tombstone. So we're gonna call it Mementa Living Stone. And then whenever your family 10 years later, 30 years later, when you scan that QR code, and have you not seen where like you go? I know some family do spend a lot on stones, and you just wonder who was that person. And then
True.
anyone, any stranger that's just working around, you can just scan. And then from scanning the QR code, you'll actually see who that person, how the family loved him, what it meant for the family. Even so, it's just the way to refine it. How long does the family would want the video to be up for? Would they want the video to be seen 100 years from now, 50 years from now? So just the nitty-gritty of that, we just trying to work around it and get the good pricing also that the family will be happy to pay.
Tebza, you've just entered the tech business in South Africa. What are the biggest challenges, when one wants to build a successful technology business in SA?
The biggest thing in business will always be capital. It will always be capital because now instead of having to build, but also it's a blessing also in disguise, because when you start a business and then you put too many features and not build everything stage by stage, which is why I'm happy also to work with Smart Peak, where we actually have a plan of which of the building phase of what features will be built in, instead of bombarding Mementa with 10 features and only people are using 2. So we're actually getting feedback from our customers, and then they're telling us, can we have these features before that? This matters more before that, instead, because when you actually started, we were doing the programs live for 2 days, and then we got feedback to say, look, some families finalized their programs on the 4th when we're busy. On Thursdays when we're busy, we print out the funeral programs, because the QR code actually goes on the program. So the family asks for longer days. Some funerals are on Sunday. So that's where the feedback also allows us to help to build it brick by brick.
Yeah. Well, Tabza, I need to know, this is a really interesting product. Are you getting the right kind of partners in the technical industry, and how's the funding going? Have you got any money for expansion yet?
I'm funding it by myself. No partners yet. Just people that just been our pilots. So no partners yet. So I'm just literally every money that I get, we just putting it back into the business from there. So as people sign up to use our service, so we give you a 14-day service, and then it's not a contract, and then afterwards you pay a minimum of 250. So from those sign up, that money are then recycled back, and then it goes on to refine the product, to build it, to make it faster, to allow more people to go in. So I'm actually, it's brick by brick, step by step, step by step.
So nice one. Will Mementa be on? Can one download it from PlayStation?
No, so that's the good idea. That's the idea, is that we are not. It's a web-based app.
Okay.
So the people that you just need to, it's a website. So like the funeral parlors, the event organizers, they'll have logins for them to
I see.
upload the program. And then because we don't want you also, because now to have like you have already known to make it an app, we want to make it easy as possible,
I see.
because the end user, they just want the program. They don't want
Mm.
another clustered app that they don't have to use.
Okay.
So we just want them. So the idea for Mementa is to get the program to as many people as possible at the cost effective way.
Tebogo, where do you see Mementa in the next 18 months, 3, 4, 5 years?
Um, for me, one thing that would make me happy, I would be happier if I see people, when people hear digital program, they think of Mementa.
Mm.
That's the one goal that we are working towards, that when someone hears digital program, they'll think of Mementa. There are other players in the game, so, but they're also doing events, they're doing funerals. So I would like to be one of the leading digital programmers. And then the other features that we're going to be adding, where you can get feedback. Um, there's one thing that we'll be adding where um, you can rate the service of the you can rate the service of the funeral parlor, of the service provider of the event. So
Okay.
where people will actually get to see um how, what stuff, what kind of service reviews, where now, because now we just engineered for B2B, so you're more focused on the service providers. So once we got in that rating, where actually now the customers can see that, oh, this funeral parlor is rated 5-star, 100 people have experienced this service provider, I would love to use them. So that's
If
where
mm.
one of the problems where, yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead as you wrap up. Thanks.
Yes, so that's where we have a also one of the things we are actually working on now, where you will having a callback. So we will actually get to have leads given to the service providers, to the funeral parlors, to say, can I please call me? And this will be actually vetted to say, look, you can call after every funeral, from a mentor, you're going to get 10 people that ask you to call them back that would love to use your service. So those are the business that will grow around their digital program that will stem out from that.
Tebogo, thank you so much for having joined us tonight. Brilliant idea. Only wish you the best and hope to see you soon.
Yes. No, thank you.
That's
Thank you
great.
so much, sir.
Fantastic. Tebogo, learning firsthand about product development and the tech business out of SA. Good luck, my brother. Your time now, it's 28 minutes till midnight.